Ropp Star Gang, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, FanFest. Obviously was fun. I watched it last night while I was watching of course, the Hall of Fame game. It's crazy to think about that football's already here. So I can't believe it. Obviously I was watching it on I found a stream of it. So I was watching that, and then of course watching some of the then I ended up watching some of the Hall of Fame game, and then I was just following Twitter and seeing what everybody was saying. And so it sounded like FanFest was good. Sounded like a good amount of people went. It's the Carolina Panthers have to bring their A game now, or at least try to, even though it's FanFest, it's training camp. These are the times that you want to do that, right? But the last night was kind of a memorable night for the Carolina Panthers because this is where the two states, one team mantra kind of came from, right? It celebrates that 30th anniversary. It's just a throwback to when we kicked off at Clemson back in the day, and this was while Bank of America Stadium was under construction. So, of course, they were in full pads. Players didn't hold back. I'll say that, giving fans a glimpse of what's to come, and hopefully some of what's not to come. Also, there were some mixture of things at FanFest that, from what I saw, and then what was all over Twitter, just the mixture of the action, the mishaps, hopeful glimmers that we got to see from this day 6 of training camp. So I'm going to give you the lowdown on it. There were some things that maybe people didn't talk about as much. Let me get in here real quick. So obviously Twitter was had it all going on. National view. So here's a couple. I think this is the Jadavion Sanders play. I mean, that's pretty damn good for a guy who runs a 4.69, apparently. So I'll say this. When I watched some of it yesterday, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. And some of the plays that I saw, I mean, I'm gonna be completely brutally honest with you. I thought that I saw some sloppy play. Sometimes these scrimmages get a little sloppy. All right. You got to picture it like this. So picture it as your intra-squad scrimmage under the stadium. You're under the stadium lights. You got players, coaches, all that stuff. You're all trying to find your rhythm all together. And so it's like, what could go wrong? So when I was watching this, and some of the things I was seeing, some of the things I was hearing of last night's practice, was a festival of flags. So a lot of false starts, a lot of offsides, both on the defense and the offense. Took turns, really at a penalty parade, it seemed like. I mean, the crowd and the music obviously likely contributed maybe to some of that chaos, making it a loud game-like environment. I don't know. It didn't seem like it could be that many people there to make it like that, but it's messy. It's a little messy. There's times this is the times that you want to tidy these things up before this whole season kicks off, right? Dave Canales has his work cut out for him to instill discipline in this team. I have been vocal about this since last season. You guys who watch me consistently, I told you last year Look at the penalties we had last year. Look how many yards it took away from us last year on the offense and defense. How many yards it gave, how many yards it took. How many yards it took away from the offense, how many yards it gave it gave to the opposing team. So it gave to the defense. This is where you got to iron those kinks out in training camp. That's this crucial part of the game. Last year there was a lot of this last year where we were dealing with very undisciplined football. Let's be honest. It was very undisciplined last year. Last year was very undisciplined. Very undisciplined. All right. So again, when I was watching it and I was hearing it, there was a lot of penalties. So this team, I know it is young. It's got a lot of young players. It's got to get better, and they got to clean these false starts, offsides, these penalties, right? That contributed to a lot of the chaos last year. So again, this is the time to tidy those things up. Dave Canales is going to have to instill that discipline in this team because this team is coming off again. We all know a 2-15 season. So this is the time that you got to iron out these kinks in training camp. Then you going into week 1 in a crucial game, and you're just sitting there and you're wreaking havoc of penalties after penalties. Right? The tight ends rise in. Tommy Trimble's absence. The tight end room looked more like a ghost town with Tommy Trimble's sideline. I'll say that besides that, Jadavion Sanders had his moment. He stacked a couple of quality grabs, including a touchdown. But I won't be shocked if the Carolina Panthers carry 4 tight ends this season again. Unfortunately, Tommy Trimble's sideline right now with a hamstring injury. But surprise, surprise again. Even I know this is FanFest, but I guess the remaining tight ends decided to put on a show. All right. And I'm not really sure if that's what you would call it. Ian Thomas usually flying under the radar, made some significant plays in the past game. But again, the tight end room kind of looked more like a ghost town again. Free agent pickup Jordan Matthews transitioning from wide receiver to tight end. Had some moves, some impressive run after catches, but I won't be shocked if they carry 4 tight ends, right? Because Tommy Trimble is being sidelined. Ian Thomas is flying on the radar. I will say they're stepping up, but with this tight end room has been like what I meant to say is this tight end room has looked like a ghost town for years. And then you got Tommy Trimble, the one who's supposed to be your tight end one, promising. He's been absent, obviously to the injuries, but this tight end room actually showed up. They look pretty good. Like I said, Ian Thomas was usually flying under the radar, but made some significant plays in the past game. Again, Jordan Matthews, who transition from wide receiver to tight end, obviously made some plays. Mainly, he was really more impressive in the run after the catch. Like I showed you that Jadavion Sanders touchdown, that was his highlight of the day. So that was his thing for the day. Yeah, Michael Reap. I mean, everybody keeps saying that the offense seemed a little sloppy at FanFest. I mean, it's something that we got to do. How'd you watch it? Matt Chatter, Zach Rappaport in the Discord, man. You got to join the Discord, Matt Chatter. Zach in there is always showing us stuff. He sent me a link for it. Is Deontay good? Are you talking about Deontay Johnson, Matt Chatter? Yes, he's good. I don't know what the weak throw giving. I don't know that weak throw giving me flashback. How Bryce look? We'll get into Bryce here shortly. Our players always getting injured. Is Horn out for a year yet? Is Horn out for a year yet? What do you mean, Matt Chatter? Matt Chatter, you drunk already? I'm just picking. Let's talk about Jonathan Mingo real quick. So far to me, if I'm looking at Jonathan Mingo right now, Jonathan Mingo has now made a name for himself after all this skepticism, and I was part of that skepticism after that shaky rookie season last year. We're fast forwarding to training camp right now, and Mingo is out. He's silencing these critics. He's been a standout, making big plays, so showing considerable improvement. So his awareness during the scramble drills, evolved route running skills were a full display at FanFest, making him a reliable target for Bryce Young. So Mingo's transformation, I hope, is a hopeful sign for Panthers fans, indicate that he might be ready to make that significant impact this season. I will say, if I'm picking a training camp MVP contender right now, Jonathan Mingo might be number one. Might be number one. He looks very promising. God dang it, Mad Chatter. God dang it. Guys, make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you pound the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you go do that for me. We always know what to do. The live stream goal, as always, is 50 likes. 50 likes is the live goal. All right. All right. All right. So make sure you pound that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Today, I was so busy, I wasn't even able to make a, I wasn't able to make a PowerPoint presentation. So, we're using Twitter. All right, some other things. Ike Ekwonu in the offensive line. I really think from what I saw and the plays that I was seeing, I'll say this. Last season was a revolving door at the guard spots. There was a lot of erratic play of left tackle Ikem Ekwonu. And that was some major issues. But I will say this year things are looking on the up. I don't know what's going on in the air in Carolina. Something's definitely has changed. But definitely with the additions of Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, they have bolstered this lineup. And FanFest was that gave us fans a glimpse of their potential. The run game looks solid. Ekwonu and Lewis creating ample run lanes. Ekwonu was impressive, especially in the pass protection. So showing some marked improvement for sure. How this line performs against the Jets in the joint practice will be telling. I think that's something we need to watch out for in the upcoming season, is watching what this joint practice is going to look like with the Jets. That's going to tell us a lot, especially with that Jets defense. That Jets defense is probably going to go. That Jets defense might be one of the best defenses I've ever seen, like on paper, one of the best. So I'm hoping that the first team reps with that Jets defense is really going to tell us where this could kind of give us a nice glimpse of where this offense can be. But for now, I will say there is a reason to be optimistic, at least from that standpoint, right? From that standpoint. Some other things. Let me see if I can find one of. This was kind of cool. Them running out.
Talk about the pressure.
You know that. Never lost to him. Yeah, that's right.
Another thing I will say is this is Jadeveon Clowney was him and Derek Brown yesterday were dominating. If you thought Derek Brown was the defensive star, though, Jadeveon Clowney is here to challenge that notion. Clowney, obviously back in Clemson, where he was 3-0. I know that as a Gamecock fan, but obviously we saw that with his little press conference there. He terrorized offenses during his college days there. So Clemson, at least. So looked like he rejuvenated a version of himself. He was he's overwhelming to other offensive linemen with just his explosive power alone. And he's been working on refining his rush arsenal. He's trying to make a case that he's one of the best defensive players in this camp. And when you got a departure like a guy, Brian Burns, and you got to refill those shoes, Clowney's resurgence is something that is obviously, a sight for sore eyes or a welcome sight, whatever you want to call it. But his performance this summer has been nothing short of dominant. I suggest he could be a critical asset this season. We shall see. But other stuff like that, but other stuff than that, really some other noteworthy observations that I saw yesterday. I will say this. Bryce Young, he went 11 of 18 yesterday. He did have a touchdown to Adam Thielen. Head coach Canales described it as a good, not great performance. Just noting the fact that Young's smart decision pocket navigation, despite facing heavy pressure, that was the biggest thing for him, being able to navigate the pocket, of course. But chemistry between Bryce Young and then, of course, Deontay Johnson, obviously that was one of the promising looks, which bodes well for this season. Another person that we got to watch out for was Trevin Wallace. Watch, guys, keep your eyes on Trevin Wallace. There's not much buzz around him, but he is showing a lot of flashes potential. He's raw, but he's got that explosiveness. He should be a key piece in this linebacker rotation. We've also know that we are going to be looking for obviously we're going to be looking for a new, maybe not a new, but I think they might be obviously looking into bringing in another quarterback, obviously with Andy Dalton being out for a couple of weeks due to a quad injury. Then you got Jack Plummer, who took extra reps. The Panthers might look to get some free agents for an interim backup quarterback, I guess. Apparently, they could be eyeing names like Ryan Tannehill, Kellen Mond. Those are the only names that I can see that they could go after. Some other notes from FanFest too. Austin Corbett showed some good communication with and the pre-snap direction. He did struggle with some snap consistencies, but again, that's going to happen. That's a work in progress, and these are the kinks that need to be ironed out right now before week 1. Here's another thing. Sight for sore eyes, folks. I'll say this. I will say this. DJ Johnson, right? Second year outside linebacker for us, received some high praise for both Coach Canales and, of course, Jadeveon Clowney came out and said it. So for his edge setting and physical play, he's emerging as a potential key player on this defense. So FanFest is FanFest. It is what it is. Really, final thoughts on it to me, it was just a mixed bag of hope, excitement. It has its fair share of messiness. That's what FanFest is. Some standout performances. There's definitely some areas that need to be improved. We obviously still, as a team as a whole and an organization as a whole, plenty of work to do as we're still preparing for this upcoming season. obviously, this is the time where you want to fine tune some things, have a little bit of luck come your way. But there's potential for this team. I really do believe that to shake off some last year's struggles and bring some of that, hopefully bring some of that Carolina pride back to the field. But FanFest is FanFest, man. It is what it is. But that's honestly, that FanFest, there wasn't really much going on. Obviously there's a couple of videos out there. A lot of people have a lot of the same videos out, so it doesn't seem like there's a lot of content going on Twitter except just people updating and stuff like that. I do have a poll going up. So memberships, we got 16 votes, but only 6 likes. That make sense to me. Like you guys want me to do a giveaway. You guys want me to do a giveaway, but we can't even get 16 likes. You guys want me to do a giveaway, but we can't even get 16 likes, and that's for free. And I'm trying to help out my members. So all you members, I'm trying to help you guys out. What's up, Day One? Appreciate you, man. I liked you. Pay me, son. Pay me, son. Clay in chat, who would be your top 3 edge rushers? Like for the Carolina Panthers match chatter? Who will be my top 3 edge rushers? We got 16 poll votes, but only 8 likes. Make that make sense. Y'all got to start pounding that like button. 50 likes. Let's go. My top 3 edge rushers for the Panthers will probably end up being Jadeveon Clowney. I would say Jadeveon Clowney, DJ Johnson. Not in that particular order. Jadeveon will probably be number 1. Jadeveon will probably be number 1. I would probably go DJ Wonnum, even though Cavalon Chasen could make a case for that. DJ Johnson, I would say probably those 3. I would say it's between Cavalon Chasen and DJ Wonnum for number 2, and then I would say DJ Johnson. DJ Johnson has stepped it up. I will say he has stepped it up. He in this training camp, he has shown a lot of progress. A lot of people, like I said, Canales has given him some praise. Clowney has given him some praise. Really what's been vital about DJ Johnson training camp, from what I'm hearing, is his ability to set the edge and then stop the run. So, which is vital in this defense, and that's been the biggest issue, is stopping the run. So, balance play is crucial. So, it's good to hear about his growth and potential. I'm hoping that DJ Johnson, due to the fact that we traded up to go get him, and not this past draft, but last year's draft, he could be a perfect complement for Clowney. So I'm hoping that his rise can continue and his development can continue. Guys, make sure you pound that like button. Members, I got a poll up. So if you're a member, here's the thing. I've got 18 votes, but I ain't got no members. There ain't no way I got 18 members. So first off, we got 18 voters. All right, we ain't got 18 members. So if you want to become a member today, and you want to get in on this giveaway, you have to be a member. Just so you know. If you want to get into this giveaway, Whether it's the 2 tickets, the gift card, the jersey, or the money, you have to become a member today. All right. Hold up. I need to update my membership. I don't think you need to, Marcos. So, guys, if you're watching, make sure you pound the like button. We're trying to get this live to 50 likes. Also, the poll is up for the membership giveaway that I'm going to do. So, if you're a member, this is to you. All right. This is for you guys that who are, obviously my members. And if you want to become a member and join this channel, you can access the perks right down here in the description of this live stream. So, Final Boss, how's it going? It's going well, my friend. It's Friday. I get to talk about a little bit about the Carolina Panthers FanFest, a little bit about the football. My star's not next to my name. That's so weird. Well, that might be because I also have you as a that could also mean the fact that I have you as a moderator, though. It could be that. It could just be that. Excuse me. Wait, what? That's so weird that you don't have star by your name. Randall, I did not go in I did not. I watched it, though. I watched it and then, of course, followed Twitter. Twitter was the reason why I was able to watch it. Final Boss says, I'm excited to hear our D line is getting pressure. That's the area we feared was yeah. Again, guys are stepping up, man, when they need to. I think Clowney, Wanum. I think Wanum hasn't obviously played in training camp, but I still think he's going to be one of the top 3 pass rushers on this team, at least. But you got guys like Kavlon Chasen that could end up surprising some people. DJ Johnson right now is showing some rise. Obviously, that has some promising development through these 6 days of training camp. So that's huge. And then, of course, Clowney's been the main guy. And then, of course, last night, Clowney and Derek Brown were wreaking havoc. I'll be honest with you. So, so Final Boss really, but mainly from last night, tight ends or the scrimmage got sloppy. Just kind of do a little quick recap for you guys who are just tuning in. So, scrimmage got sloppy. This team needs to get better discipline when it comes to penalties, which was a big issue last year. It was a huge issue. Again, that could be from this team needs some more discipline. It's a young team. This is where you iron out those kinks, right? There was a lot of false starts, some offsides on defense. And that contributed to a lot of that chaos last year, and we don't need that again. So this is the time where you want to tidy those things up. This is where Dave Canales needs to instill that discipline now. It's crucial to iron out these kinks in training camp. It's huge. Tommy Tremble's absence, this was another thing I was speaking about earlier. Want you guys to understand that tight end room is on the rise. There has been a lot of good development out of that room. Even with Tommy Tremble's sideline, guys have surprisingly stepped up. Ian Thomas has been flying under the radar a little bit. He's made some significant plays in the past game. You got Jordan Matthews, the guy who's transitioning from wide receiver to tight end, who's displayed some nifty moves and then really has excelled in the yards after the catch ability that he has. And Jadavion Sanders has had his moments, just like we were looking on Twitter earlier. He had a touchdown yesterday at FanFest, had a couple of quality grabs, including a touchdown. But I won't be shocked if the Carolina Panthers at this point carry 4 tight ends, folks. Don't be shocked. Okay. Another thing, Jonathan Mingo might be the training camp MVP. Like right now, if we were voting, I think Jonathan Mingo win training camp MVP. All right. He has really stepped it up. His name has been through a lot of skepticism after last season, and I get that. Now we're fast forwarding to training camp. He's been working with Steve Smith Sr. He has come out and really silenced critics. And I was one of those critics. I wasn't sure if this guy was really going to be able to do it after, he was one of the top, again, I'm going to tell you this, stat-wise, he was one of the top 10 worst wide receivers at creating separation last year. He only got open 25% of the time in his first route reads. It was bad. But again, this time around, it's different. He's been a huge standout. And right now, even though I want Xavier Legette at wide receiver 3, Legette's wide receiver 4 right now. Mingo's 3. He has been an absolute standout from everything I'm seeing and reading. He's making big plays. There's been video after video. He has showed significant improvement. His awareness has gotten a lot better, and especially in these drills I've seen. His route running skills have definitely gotten a lot better. That's a Steve Smith Sr. effect right there. But he has been a reliable target for Bryce Young, which is huge. I feel like Bryce actually has 3 reliable targets. You got Mr. Reliable, obviously, with Adam Thielen. Mingo's starting to step up, show that transformation, which is a hopeful sign. And then you've got Deontay Johnson, who I know is basically the route king. So, but right now, if we're talking about, like, if I could give an MVP contender, an MVP, like, to the person in a training camp, it's Jonathan Mingo. Have I heard anything about Sanders? Yeah. Tight end Sanders. Yeah. So as of right now, for your question, final boss, Jadavion Sanders is getting some burn. He's had his moments out there. He's really displayed his biggest thing is he's not a blocking tight end. So everybody needs to be aware of that. His blocking skills are about mediocre. Okay. But he has a great move set. He's a pressive run after the catch type of guy. He can get up the seam. But he has made some quality grabs. He's had his moments. He had a touchdown last night. So for Jadavion Sanders, for your question, final boss, he has been making some plays out there. Another big thing to recap for some of you guys that just joined. Ike Ekwonu in this offensive line is showing some major promise. Last year, we all know that last year was a revolving door at the guard spots. Ike Ekwonu had a lot of erratic play last year, which was a major issue. But things look on the up and up right now. Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis are definitely fortifying that offensive line. At FanFest, we got a glimpse of it. The run game looks solid. Ekwonu and Lewis are creating ample run lanes. Ekwonu is also impressed in the pass protection. He's gotten a lot better, so there's definitely some improvement there. How this line performs, again, I was just talking about this earlier, and I know I'm just giving you guys a quick recap that I've already spoke upon, but I'm giving a recap to those who are just joining. The thing is that what we need to do with this offensive line is watch the Jets joint practice. That is going to tell us where this offensive line stands. I think it's going to give us at least a good idea. I wouldn't say fully, gives us a full-blown idea, but it gives us a decent one. And it will tell us, where they stand, especially with the defense like the Jets have. But right now that we have some reasons to be optimistic. What do you think about the wide receiver that he just brought his name as? It says he's already making plays in camp, and they brought him in right after Penny announced his retirement. Yeah, day one Panthers. I don't really know much about the Tavion Robinson guy. I don't know much about him. He has apparently he's Yeah, he's made some plays. What do I know about him? What have I heard about him? Not much. The only thing I know is that the one thing I do know is that Tavion Robinson, he is a versatile wide receiver. I did do some research on him. I don't know what's going on in camp. I haven't really heard his name around camp. I know he's a versatile wide receiver. He played ball at Virginia Tech, then he transferred to Kentucky. That's one. Those are a few things I know. He's got great quickness. He's got route running, precision. His ability to make the plays after the catch is very good. I was kind of kind of reading up on him. He could be a valuable asset. Again, this wide receiver room is so far up in the air. Who knows who's going to make this roster when we look at the Carolina Panthers wide receiver room. But I will say this for Tavion Robinson, he's got the knack for finding the spots and coverage. That's what made him a standout in college. But from my early impressions that I've heard from training camp, he's quickly adapted to the playbook. I've heard that. The biggest thing is his route running is what stood out to him at training camp. Being able to create separation. But this wide receiver depth chart, it's crazy. And he can turn short passes into big gains. He can catch balls in traffic. That was a lot what I was reading on his draft report. But again, from what I know from camp, he's made some early impressions. So, but I don't know. Right now, if you're talking about the wide receiver depth chart, you got Deontay Johnson 1, Adam Thielen 2, Jonathan Mingo 3. You got Xavier Legette at 4. I'd probably say you got ISM at 5. And then really after that, you got Devin Tompkins, Tavion Robinson, you got Sam Pinkney, you got all these guys still in there. Jalen Coker. There's no telling. I think it's going to end up being ISM, and then I think Terrace Marshall, and then, of course, Terrace Marshall. I think Terrace Marshall will probably make the final spot. They'll move Jalen Coker to the practice squad, and the rest of these guys, they'll figure it out from there. This wide receiver room is too damn big to this wide receiver room is just so many people to pick from. I agree with you, Randall. Until we really see what Bryce can do, I would say run the ball 25, 30 times. Marcos re-upped his membership. So make sure you guys become a member. Shout out to Marcos. And
his name is John C.
Shout out to Marcos. I watched his college highlights. He's a beast. He is a beast. Yep, there you go. There it is. See? There you go. Outstanding route runner, sneaky fast. Yeah, I mean, hard to bring down. Same here. It's so hard to say. Update on Brooks. As of right now, for Jonathan Brooks, there really hasn't been much Mad Chatter. I know he's been out there. Let me see if I can find something for you. Let me see. Any update on Jonathan Brooks? I don't think there's much out there. That's right. Panthers day one. You're right. Sam Pinkney got released. You're right. That's unfortunate because I'm a Coastal alum. You know, I'm a Coastal alum. It sucks to see that. Play John Cena one chat if you want. I don't think there's really much any update. I've seen him out there hanging out. I think they're just trying to bring him in slowly. I think they're just trying to bring him in slowly as of right now. Mad chatter. I just don't think again, I think they're just bringing him on slowly because of that injury. There's not much really out there. I think they're just taking the long game, the long game with him. Really just trying to keep him, on the pup list. Other than that, he's on the pup list. That's all I know. But he's out there at training camp walking around. Davis is IR, but they released him. Should come off pup list this month. Won't see a lot of him second half of the season. We need a run game bad. We will. I think we will. I love Coastal. Love to see players make it shine from Coastal like Mike Tolbert, Josh Moore. Who knows? The Sam Pinkney might shine. He might not. Maybe he shines somewhere else. Maybe he, stays on the practice squad, gets better somewhere else. Who knows? Right? Who knows? There's always that case. Or he goes to the XFL and he gets really good and he kind of transitions back to the NFL. You never know. So a couple of other things to note. Jadeveon Clowney was dominant. Yesterday, I would say he was dominant. He was definitely the best defensive player on the field yesterday. All right. So that was promising. Bryce went for 11. So Bryce Young update from yesterday, went 11 for 18, had a touchdown to Adam Thielen. Canales came out and just said his performance was good, not great. I will say Bryce Young made some smart decisions. He was very good navigating the pocket. Even when he was facing heavy pressure, of course, his chemistry with Deontay Johnson looks promising. Couple other key notes here. Trevin Wallace is also making has shown a lot of flashes. He's just raw, man. I knew Trevin Wallace coming in here. He's a raw talent, but he's explosive. He could be a key piece to this linebacker rotation. We might be sleeping on Trevin Wallace a little bit. Obviously, y'all heard about Andy Dalton too. Quick update on that. They are looking to eye some free agents, bring in some interim backup quarterbacks. There are guys like Ryan Tannehill, Kellen Mond that they're looking at. Another thing, Austin Corbett, quick update on him. Showed some great communication, pre-snap direction, struggled with his snap consistency though. But again, it's a work in progress. This is time. These are the times where we are ironing out those kinks before week 1. And then again, like I told y'all, DJ Johnson is receiving a lot of praise right now. DJ Johnson is receiving a lot of praise right now from Dave Canales and Jadeveon Clowney just because of his effort and physicality on the field. What has everybody been saying about DJ Johnson is that he's been able to set the edge very well, and he's been very good in the run game. Especially because, and that's good to hear, because especially in the league where balance is crucial. All right. So it's good to hear he's getting some growth there, some potential. Hopefully he could be a perfect complement for Clowney. If Wanum and Chasen don't step up, but it's good to hear that Johnson's rise and has some promising development, especially after we traded up to go get him in last year's draft. Hopefully he can make an impact this season. Let's see what else we got. Brandon says, we went to FanFest. It was dead, but got a lot of autographs. There you go. That's all that matters, man. I hope so. I'm born and raised and still 50 minutes from Coastal. There you go. I go to the games all the time, day one. I got friends who are all like, all my friends went to a good amount. Well, I would say all my friends went to Coastal, but a good amount of my friends went to Coastal and still live here, and we go to the games. Some of them have season tickets. I should have bought some this year. I might buy some this year. I think we shock the league at the gate. Our schedule is very favorable to start with. It's a Final boss. I'm not gonna go there. I can't go there yet. I just can't. I'm not gonna eat my crow again. Is there anywhere we can go and watch it? Didn't get home till 8. The link that I got from my main man Zach in the Discord, guys. That's why y'all got to join the Discord, man. I keep telling y'all this for a reason. Because last night, Zach, my main man Zach, sent me this link right here. Now, again, I don't know if this link is going to work for you guys to go watch it. But that's the link. Well, that's the Discord link. Seven wide receivers. I see 6 at most. Yeah, it does depend if we can get a good start on these teams. So if you want to be a Ropp superstar, live and large, a big house, 5 cars, you're in charge, coming up in the world, don't trust nobody, got to look over your shoulder constantly. Broski coming in with the bars.
Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. Because
Another one. Bing bong, bing bong, bing.
Broski Bear coming in here. Johnson, Thielen, Leggett, Mingo. We do need to start off hot. I will say that, final boss. I don't disagree. We need to start off hot. Do we start off hot is the question. Do we start off hot is the question. That's the question. Do we start off hot? I don't know. That's a tough question. Mike Thomas, a free agent, must be washed. I think he is, Mad Chatter. He's had 2 major knees surgeries, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's about time. There goes the neighborhood broskies here. I got JC, Bryce, AT Clowney, DJ Boodle, Miles, and a lot of tryout players. That's still good though. Brandon, pictures too. Yeah, nice. There you go. Now that's what FanFest is about. Brandon, you go there, get your autographs, you get to watch them play for a little bit, kiss. They're there to kiss babies and sign autographs, I was at the tunnel. Nice. Yep. Could get DB though. Couldn't get DB. Oh man, it stinks. Cypress. Fire. That's awesome, Brandon, though. Yeah, Matt Chatter. Just click the link. It'll take you right to the Discord. But the link that I posted in here, I don't know if I can get this link. Let me see. Yeah, they don't even have it up. You might be able to go back and watch it on their thing somewhere. You might be able to go back and watch their link somewhere. But the link that I'm going to copy and paste the link that I watched it on last night. See that video news link? It was by WLTX.com video news. It was a live stream for the Panthers FanFest. So I was able to go in there and watch it. And it was just Smitty and the other guy just commentating the whole time. And then they were showing the field. So I was able to watch it. Derek Brown, a.k.a. Big Grizzly. True. He good. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all. I've got to hop off of here. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound that like button, hit the subscribe button. Become a member today, because after I'm done with this poll, which I'm going to end it now, where are we at? You don't got to sign up, Matt Chatter. The Discord's free. It's not like you got to pay for it. It's free. Where are we at on the poll? Looks like the poll is going to be 2 tickets for members. So become a member. What is the membership we have to have for the entry? So Real Jalen, it's a membership for the channel. Become a member today, and I'm going to do a 2 ticket giveaway at the end of the month. I'll do a 2 ticket giveaway for the end of the month. Also, guys, make sure you pound the like button. We're only at 13 likes. We're trying to get this live to 50 likes. Oh, we're at 20 likes. So make sure we're trying to get this live to 50 likes. I would greatly appreciate it. No, Matt Chatter, do not change your name. Don't do it again. Wait, where my money? I don't know. Happy Friday. Have some fun. Have a safe and fun weekend. Yep, Marcos, I'm out of here, guys. So, become a member today. Join the Discord. Those are 2 things you got to do. Make sure you pound the like button. We're trying to get to 50 likes. Other than that, guys, have a blessed weekend. Love y'all. Be safe. And I'll be live again tomorrow, because we got training camp again tomorrow. So, going to try to give you some my recap. So, appreciate all y'all. As always, guys, y'all know what to do. I'm out of here. I'm leaving this time for sure. Keep pounding. Peace.